If you go to sleep, right, and you wake up the next day the same exact person that you were before, you're failing at life. Now, I don't mean that in a like, you know, attacking kind of way. What I mean is that everybody should be constantly on the up and up. Everybody should be constantly evolving. And every day there is at least one thing that you can either pick out, point, find, introspect on. There is something within yourself, about the trajectory that you're headed, that you can in fact change, that you can be like, consciously, you know what, I noticed that I'm doing this maybe, and I need to be going in this direction, or maybe I need to take a little bit of time over here and move it to over here, right? And so it's little changes like that, it's little things like that, that when you hear people talk about like reality swapping or timeline shifting and all that stuff, it's all based on the choices you make, right? So if you start off here at the beginning of the day, right, you wake up, you feel good, all this stuff, right, you go through it, you should be going to sleep somewhere up here. You should not be going to sleep somewhere down here. It was 111 as I was saying that. You should not be going to bed on a lower vibration or a lower, I don't want to say like seriousness level, lower level of like dedication, you know, to yourself, right? And so I had somebody ask me the other day, they were like, hey, Jordan, is 2023 Jordan and 2025 Jordan, the Jordan that you are right now, are they the same people? I'm like, fuck no. I'm not even the same person from yesterday, from last week, from a month ago. Like, and so then I'm talking to somebody and we're actually talking about psychedelics. And I was like, you know, how I feel about it is if you take psychedelics and you come off of your trip and you are the same person that you were before you had it, you failed. What are you doing? Every single time you do that, do a psychedelic, that's 202, that's a spiritual experience. There's a lot of things that come up during that. There are a lot of things that you can think of, and your thoughts are so clear, right? The energy is clear. You can feel through things. And so the other thing I was talking about was like, I cry every single time I do psychedelics. I have a nice like cry section somewhere in there, and I just release like everything that I need to release at that point in time, and it just feels so good, right? And so this is your sign. If you don't take it seriously enough, 2, 3, 4, this is your sign to start looking for the stuff every single day, to look for at least one thing within yourself, your habits, your mind, you know, your thought patterns, all of that stuff, to scour yourself day by day. It could be you know, maybe you don't floss, maybe you don't you know, maybe you don't practice self-love enough, maybe you don't freaking work out a certain part of your body enough, maybe you don't eat a certain thing, right? Maybe you don't eat as many fruits and vegetables as you should, right? Maybe you're only eating too much meat. Like, there are little things that you can do, and those small changes, those baby steps, over time the snowball gets bigger. And then what you'll notice is you'll wake up and then you're like, how can I change it today? Like, how can I change myself? Like, how can I level up today? How can I get better? And so that's really what everybody should be striving for. 333, that's what everyone should be striving to achieve. That's what everybody should be moving for. Everybody should be going for the gold standard. You, the highest version of yourself. 343, the highest version of you. That is what you should be going for. And then you can take it a step further, right? You could sit there and be like, okay, let me think of highest timeline Jordan, right? Would highest timeline Jordan put up with this situation right now? In this situation, is highest timeline Jordan going to speak his mind, right? Is he going to speak the truth, or is he going to be stuck in people pleasing? No, right? And so that's why, like, you know, boundaries, you know, as you're leveling up, boundaries become more and more important. And the more you express those boundaries, the more people are going to look at you like you are an asshole. But it doesn't really matter, because, like I said, there's the subtle way of trying to, you know, get your boundaries, like, oh no, I don't really want this, I don't really want you to do that, like, no. And then there's the, no, you can't do that, I don't want you to. Why? I don't want you to. I said no. Cash Money. People might think you're an asshole 444, but you got to stand in those boundaries, because putting up those boundaries so you can keep your energy, you know, you can keep like milking your energy, keeping that cycle going, the energy building, that momentum building, right? Your connection with God building. You're going to have to push people away. People can't be all up in your energy 24/7. The more 505, the more you have, like, energy wise, the more people you have in your energy, the harder it is to manifest the reality you want, because you have so many conflicting energies, either just interfering with your energy, trying to pull you down. And okay, yeah, occasionally you'll have some people in your corner trying to back you up, like, yeah, that's good, go for that, go for that, go for that. But a lot of times when you vibrate high, when you shine high, when you're a vessel for God, when you're a vessel for spirit, when you're a vessel for source, most of the people around you are not on that level. So their energy is just negative energy. They might not even be physically a negative person. They might not even be physically trying to like drain you of energy or anything, 555, but because of the difference in frequency, your energy is going to like be draining. And that's why also with the leveling up, with the changing the habits, it is very, 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 very crucial to start protecting your energy, to do, you know, there's so many different ways. Oh shit, I just got a notification. I've heard people do it all sorts of different ways. Like I told you, a lot of times for me, for my energy, I will picture just a raging fire. That'll be my energy. And there will just be I'll just put a giant glass box around it. And so the box will grow as my energy grows if I want it to. And my energy can do what it pleases, and I don't have to worry about anybody interfering with my energy. I don't have to worry about my energy escaping where it's not supposed to be going or anything like that. And yeah, y'all can do that too. Visualization, you know, it doesn't have to be that. It could be something as small as envisioning. Y'all see that? That looks like the rune for partnership too. That's an X. Stop fucking playing with me. And fuck, it could be something like picturing a bubble around you, like a sphere, a bubble, a pyramid. I've literally seen people do it all sorts of ways. The pillar of light, I personally love that one. I use it all the time. What's the other one? The violet flame, just to give y'all a few. But if this message is for you, start taking yourself more seriously and start trying to level up every single day. Look at it as a video game if you have to. What kind of challenges do you need to move on to the next level? What kind of experiences you need to become the person that you want to be? Because a lot of times people are settling in their everyday lives and they are not meeting the requirements necessary to actually have the growth that they want to get the desired result. I hope that made sense, and I hope it didn't just sound like I was just ranting for 8 minutes. But much love to everybody as always, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, I was about to say night, but day.